Welcome to the PSSDAR Keystone Daughters podcast. I'm Edie Sarnoff, and today we are joined by the 2026 State Conference Chair, Gail Cooper, who has been working with her committee and member volunteers to create an incredible state conference for us. Welcome, Gail.
Well, thank you very much, Edie. Yeah, this is one of my three DAR jobs right now. I am the chapter regent for Independence Hall, and I also have a national position. I'm the Eastern Division Vice Chair of Commemorative Events, but the state conference chair position obviously has been taking up a lot of my time.
That's true. You've got your
We
hands full.
we really started, well, I started a long time ago when Susan asked me to chair, but we've really been planning full force since the summertime.
Wow. And I
Yeah.
know the call to conference just came out in our e-blast and the state
Hmm.
website. And we're so excited to hear all about what's in store for members who can attend. Let's
Yeah.
start at the beginning. You've planned some very fun service projects for us on Wednesday, April 22nd. How did they come about and what can people
Yeah.
expect?
I'm not really, there are two service projects, and I'll go through both. The first one is the removal of non-native invasive rusty crayfish.
Hmm.
I got the whole thing. And I'm not really sure. I think maybe it was our state regent's idea, Susan Mears. I think somehow she heard about this project. But so it will take place at Valley Forge National Historical Park. And there are these invasive crayfish in the Valley Creek there. So every spring, I don't know, for a few months, they take teams of people into the creek to remove the crayfish.
Wow.
So our project will be limited to actually only 15 people,
Okay.
but we'll put on waders and go in the creek at one point with somebody from the Park Service leading them. And they go in one part of the creek and then go upstream, pulling out exactly how they pull them out. But pull out the invasive crayfish and then they come out the creek a little bit further upstream. So when people are registering for this service project, if you get a message that the event is full, there will be a waiting list. And so put yourself on the waiting list and we'll see if somebody drops out. Or maybe if we get enough people, we can convince the Park Service that we want to do another session. But we'll see how that goes when as people register.
Okay.
The other service project for that day is at St. David's Church, the graveyard at St. David's Church. We'll be having the memorial service the next day, or on Friday
Right.
is a memorial service, but the graveyard is there at St. David's Church in Wayne. It is a historic graveyard. Anthony Wayne, General Anthony Wayne is buried there.
Oh my.
So, but we are able to have 100 volunteers that day cleaning gravestones if you want to sign up for that. Everybody, all of the supplies will be supplied for everybody.
Right.
So you don't really need to bring anything, but you could bring your own gloves and kneeling pad, or if you do have some of your own supplies. But the a lot of the supplies they want to make sure that we're using the right things, so that's why they're
Well,
supplying
that
all
makes
that for us. Yeah.
And that's a wonderful service to the church for letting us use their church for the memorial service. That's a nice,
Yeah, yeah. And they do have a small, oh, sorry. They do have a smaller historic church that the graveyard is near the historic church, but then our memorial service will be in the newer, larger church that will be able to accommodate us for the memorial service.
I see. And can members attend the evening reception? What is that, Moore Hall on Wednesday if they haven't gone to the service project?
Oh, absolutely. They are not
Tuesday.
necessarily related related events. Yes, but that's also another event. A lot of these events are going to be limited to the certain to an amount of people. Most of them, the meals, we've got well over 200 people able to attend most of the meals at the hotel. But this will be limited to 125 people. It is the historic home of Valley Forge chapter member Kate Shire and her husband. They bought the home a few years ago and they've been restoring it and telling its history. So they're very excited to welcome all of us to their home. Um, and if you do want to come to that event, you are encouraged to wear historic dress.
Oh, okay.
Um, I think I'm working on my own
See, I'm going
colonial
to have to get.
colonial dress. We'll see. Either colonial dress or like cocktail dresses.
I see, right. So
Yeah,
that's
cocktails.
wonderful to know the background. I didn't know
Yeah,
that that was her house, so that's really
yeah,
neat.
yeah. It's Kate's house, and we'll work out parking because they certainly don't have parking for 125 cars on their front lawn.
Right.
But we're gonna work out carpooling or we're figuring out the parking situation.
Great.
So, but that'll be great. Yeah.
That's great. And the next day, there's such a buzz already about this wonderful Philadelphia trip. It's going to be
Yeah.
so exciting. Can you tell us about that a little?
Yeah. So on Thursday, we will be going to Independence Hall for the gift acceptance ceremony for the State Regions project. We don't know exactly how much money we'll be donating yet towards the project. So it's a gift acceptance ceremony with members of the Park Service and the Independence Historical Trust, the fundraising arm of the Park Service. And then we'll have some dignitaries there also for our ceremony. But there will be a bus. There's a bus available from the hotel down to Philadelphia. So register for that if you want to take the bus downtown, and then we'll get back in time for the Thursday afternoon, evening events. But there'll also be time before the ceremony. Independence
Mhm.
Hall will be open without the need for tickets before our ceremony. So from 9 to 10. So as long as everybody can, if you can get there, and certainly the bus will be there well before. So people will have time to get through Independence Hall before the ceremony. And then afterwards, there's time to explore more of Old City or get lunch. There is a list attached to the call. I didn't really say that yet, but everybody should have received the call with links to Susan's welcome message and the link to the registration form. So, but everything in the call, there's a lot of links in the call. So one of them that you're going to want to look at is there's a video from the museum curator of Independence Hall who will go through some of the details of what our project is going to be. It's the funding, the window treatments for Independence Hall.
I see.
So you're going to want to watch that video, and that is embedded in the call.
That's such a wonderful opportunity to get to take the bus instead of struggling.
Yeah, yeah. Trying. I mean, there is parking. I mean, I do think that plenty of people will also be um, coming in on their own, but there's
Oh,
there's
okay.
plenty of room for the buses. So reserve your spot on the bus if you're already going to be at the hotel. That's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, that sounds good. And once people come back from that wonderful trip, the exhibition hall is open, the exhibit hall. And have you had lots of planning already for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We've got S.J. McCurdy is in charge of the exhibit hall, so she's working with everybody who wants a table. But yeah, the exhibit hall will have plenty of things for sale. The different committees will have things for sale, different items and chapters. Some chapters will also have tables. A lot of the committees will have information about their committees, but a lot will also have items for sale. The State Regions Project will have items for sale at their table. And we'll also have an insignia pop-up shop.
Oh, wonderful.
I think that will actually be out in the hallway with the registration and credentials tables so that they don't have to adhere to the exhibit hall hours. They'll probably be able to be open a little bit more longer
That's
with more
genius.
hours. Yeah,
And I
yeah.
know registration and credentials are open from 1 to 6 on Thursday.
Yes, I
That's
think
what,
starts at 1 o'clock on Thursday. So
and
the registration tape, yep. The registration table, that's where you're going to want to go first when you arrive at the hotel. You'll check into your room. You'll come to the registration table, you'll get your packet that will have your badge. Your badge will have a QR code for everything that you've signed up for. That program will be in your packet. And then you'll be directed, if you are a delegate for your chapter, a voting delegate for your chapter, then you'll be directed to go to the next table for credentials and sign up with credentials and get the information about voting. Voting will happen on Saturday morning.
that's important that everyone who is a delegate do that, right? So the tellers have a count of how many people are voting.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the registration table knows to direct everybody to credentials, but it will be right next. They'll be right
It'll
next to
be
each other.
obvious. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're trying not to let people miss the credentials table, or yeah, then there'll be problems on Saturday. So
We don't want
no, so,
problems, no problems.
no. So
And
that really should all work out fine.
that sounds great. You all have
Mhm.
done such a great job planning this.
Yeah, we have, and there's lots more to do. There's lots more to
Oh,
do.
there
We're
always is.
not done. We're not done.
Right, right. And tell us about the meals at the hotel for the conference.
We have already picked all of the meals for all of the events. It should be, it is a pretty varied lineup of food choices. Each dinner has different choices each night. Uh, each dinner has the Thursday, Friday nights dinners have three choices, but then there's four choices for the Saturday night banquet,
Oh,
and then and two choices for each of the lunches. So hopefully everybody can they will not be eating the same thing at every meal. That's
right.
um, I
And
might be eating the chicken at every meal, but it won't be the same chicken.
right, exactly. And something new this year is the yoga breakfast takeaway, grab and go. Is that?
Yeah, yeah. So there'll be more choices for breakfast on that is Friday morning.
Okay.
So it's a grab and go style breakfast, and we'll have chair yoga going on at the same time. So you can register just for yoga, just for breakfast, or both. And we are hoping that people will come in and do yoga and then get something to eat before they rush off either to the exhibit hall, which will be open in the morning, or those that are going to the memorial service will have to changing it over to the church.
That's a nice beginning to the day. It's a nice idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too. And it is Linda Oberkaufler is a member of my chapter, and she is a certified yoga instructor, and she'll be
Oh,
leading us in yoga that morning.
great. I was wondering who was doing it. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Hmm.
Nice. And what can people expect from that memorial service if they've never come? Bring
Right. Yes, you do need to bring gloves if you're going to be placing one of the flowers on the wreaths. So it will, for the most part, it's the district directors and the regents who will be doing that. But there are times where a family member of the deceased member will be the one to place the flower, and so then that person would need to bring their gloves. But everybody is encouraged to wear their hats or fascinators to the memorial service. It makes for a solemn but respectful, like formal way to do the memorial service. And our state chaplain, Sue Brown, is deep into the plans for the memorial service. It will be lovely. Ellen Rupert leads the state chorus. So there is a spot in registration to sign up to be part of the state course, and then they'll have they'll be practical. I think the plan is that you'll get a tape or the music. I don't know all the details, but you'll get the music ahead of time,
Right, right.
and then one practice session before the memorial service. So
Yeah.
it'll be
That'll be
lovely.
fun.
It'll be
That'll be
lovely.
fun. Yeah.
Yes.
And the business sessions, if someone has never attended those, what can they expect?
Yeah, the business sessions actually are wonderful. And I think some people think that that doesn't apply to them and they can skip the business sessions. But no, they actually are very interesting. Um, Friday afternoon, the business sessions are Friday afternoon, and then again Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. So Friday afternoons just gets the conference business started. Saturday morning, we'll hear from the state. The state chairs will give their reports. The state committee chairs will give their reports. And then in the afternoon are the chapter regent reports. And they go through pretty quickly. So you really get to hear what other chapters have been doing and then what all of the committees throughout the state have been doing. It really is great.
I love that part of it, to hear, I mean, not only getting to be involved with all other chapters in the state, but also what everyone is doing is so amazing.
Yeah.
You can get ideas.
You do get ideas from other chapters, but then I always pull myself back down to earth and say, you can't do everything.
That's right.
So it's
Don't be
wonderful to
overwhelmed.
yeah, yes, don't be overwhelmed. Chapters do different things. And sometimes I tell my board and my chapter members that let sure we can add more things to our year of meetings, but we're also going to do what we already do. We're going to do that well or do that better. But yeah, so it's always wonderful to see what other chapters are doing.
Right. I see, I hear you with that. And then, in addition to all the things we just talked about, there are additional special events and meetings,
Yes.
receptions.
Yes, Thursday and Friday nights both have fun receptions. Friday nights is obviously after the opening session, Friday night. Opening session is wonderful. We'll hear greetings from other lineage societies. We'll hear from our state regent, Susan Meir. There'll be award presentations during the opening session. The whole procession in will be wonderful. There's a receiving line before opening session. And then after opening session, we'll have a reception. The Friday night reception is hosted by the Robert Morris Quaker City chapter, and they're doing a colonial tavern
Oh, fun.
with a Ben Franklin reenactor will be there for
Oh,
us.
okay.
So we'll be drinking with Ben Franklin.
Right.
And Thursday night's reception, I'll go back a day. Thursday night's reception after book club, there's another special thing, but we have book club after dinner on Thursday. And then after book club is a genealogy social that will be all desserts and genealogy fun and games. So I'm looking
Is,
forward to that one.
is that a
Geneal
trivia night or?
genealogy. No, there's trivia during the dinner, the members' dinner on Friday night. There is trivia.
Well, I'm
Um,
curious about the genealogy games.
I know, right? Genealogy is fun for some people. I think it's fun. So we'll see what kind of fun and games they come up with. But yeah, I think that's going to be fun. And then there was another.
We covered book club and receptions,
No,
state
there was one more.
banquet. One more.
Oh, there is application assistance.
Oh,
So
okay.
that will also be going on. And through registration, you can tick the box that you're interested in application assistance, and that will be going on throughout the afternoons or throughout the conference. And you just tick the box that you're interested, and then that the genealogy committees will get in touch and schedule a 30-minute session.
Nice. Is that for supplementals or?
It can be whatever you want. It's
whatever you need help.
application assistance, yeah. Yes, of course, a lot of us obviously are already members, so we
Right.
probably want help with supplementals. Yeah.
Gotcha. Right. Okay. And, before we're done here today, we should talk about what to wear, what to bring.
Yes. So don't bring your jeans.
Right.
That's the only thing. Unless you're just getting coffee downstairs in the hotel, you should not really be wearing jeans to any of our events. But during the day, you can be fairly casual. Pants and a jacket or a dress is fine. The Friday night and Saturday night, though, you're going to want to bring your gowns
Okay.
because both are formal. And if you'd like to go along with the theme, wear your black or gold gowns. But that's certainly not required. And you will want your gloves, as we said, for the memorial service if you're placing a flower, and you'll also need your gloves for the receiving line on Friday.
Right.
The receiving line is a nice way to just say hello to the state officers and the state regent. And I believe our conference guests will also be in the receiving line. We didn't really talk about that, but on Friday's lunch, I think I do have all of this whole schedule in my head
It's
somehow.
amazing. It's really,
So Friday's lunch is a panel discussion with our conference guests. So we do have Lynn Forney Young is one of our conference guests. She's a past and honorary president general, and she is also on the commission of the America 250, the National America 250 Commission.
that'll be fun.
And yeah, so we'll hear from her, and we have 4 state regents from other states that will
Wow.
also be part of our panel discussion, and they'll talk about how they attract membership in their states.
Nice.
We'll see if it's different in California than it is in Pennsylvania. And you can submit a question also in the registration form.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's fun.
Yeah, so it's going to be great.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about all this work that went into forming the state conference?
I mostly do want to say that it's taken a lot of people. So, of course, our state regent, Susan Meir, is directing she's got lots of ideas and she's, that attention to detail is amazing. She knows everything. But it's also my vice chair is Lynn O'Brien, who's doing a wonderful job. And then, of course, our state vice regent, Kristen Olmsted, is the general chair of all conferences. So she has a big hand in everything that's happening too. But we had a planning meeting in January at the hotel, and it was also on Zoom. And we had over 50 people at the
Wow.
planning meeting. So that's what I really want to say is that there are at least 50 people working on different pieces of this conference. So
That's a lot to manage. You're amazing.
it's kind of wonderful actually that we've got somebody that's doing all the different little pieces.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it will really be great. But of course, I do want to say that the big part, the big deal at state conference is the big state banquet on Saturday night.
Right.
So hopefully everybody that is coming will be able to stay for the state banquet Saturday night. Wear your gown. If you're bringing your husband, my husband is coming and he will wear his tuxedo. So Lynn Forney Young will be our keynote speaker that night. The Great Valley chapter is the host chapter. So they'll be doing all of the decorations and the centerpieces and arranging all the fun for us. They've arranged for a great DJ for dancing after dinner.
Yeah.
And there's a 360 photo booth,
Oh.
which I'm still not quite sure
Hmm.
what we get. Do we get somehow a 360? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it does, but I think it's
That'll
really
be
it's really going to be
interesting.
fun. This 360 photo booth. Yeah, I think that'll be a lot of fun.
I really appreciate you giving us so many details about this conference, and yet I can tell there are going to be wonderful surprises and even more
Yeah,
to
there's so
enjoy.
much. There's so much more. We didn't even talk about the Saturday's breakfast. We have Betsy Ross coming.
Right, right.
Saturday lunch is historic preservation, is a historic, the whole theme of the conference, as you know, is historic preservation. So everybody will see that theme kind of played out through all of the different events. So
It's going to
yes,
be
it's
so
going to be
fun.
wonderful. It really will be wonderful.
I really appreciate you joining us today, Gail, and I appreciate being able to encourage everybody in the state to sign up for this conference because, it's an historic year and we're
Hmm.
celebrating historic preservation in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I know the other years will be wonderful too, but to kick us off this year is going to be really fun.
It is really going to be fun. The first state conference of the Mir administration. Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. And
Yeah,
can I just say one more thing?
sure.
Anybody, if you have any questions, please go ahead and email me directly, but use my PSSDAR email address. So it is state.conference@pssdar.org. So use that email address, but go ahead and email me with questions. I've been fielding questions since the hotel block went out and since the registration went out. People have had questions, and I'm happy to help.
That's great. And we'll have that link and other links, the call to conference,
Oh, great.
and other useful links in the description of the podcast. So be sure to check that. And I really appreciate you joining us today, Gail. And any last words for us?
Huzzah, we're on our way.
That's it. All right.
All
Thank you all
right.
for joining us. Thank you, Gail. And be sure to tune in next time. Thanks.